How's it going, guys? Welcome back to a brand new comedy on Black Ops 3. Today I've got a class setup video for a very powerful SMG, and it's the WEEVIL. Now, the WEEVIL, when the game first came out, the WEEVIL wasn't a very common gun. It was very underpowered, and not a lot of people use it because of the power on the gun and how quick the gun was with the fire rate. But a couple months on, the weapon did get buffed, and you did see the gun getting used quite a lot more. But it's not up there with any of the other SMGs such as the CUDA and the VMP. So I'm going to show you probably the best class you can actually use to make sure it is up to the standards with the VMP and the CUDA. And if you haven't played any of the Call of Duty such as Modern Warfare 2, you will realise it looks like a P90 and it plays like the P90. So if you're used to playing that gun, it will play out like that gun. It's got the big clip, which is 50 bullet round, and it just looks and reloads just as double as the P90. Now the P90 wasn't a very overpowered gun. It was just a standard gun that dropped sometimes and it dropped in sometimes. It was just a common gun that wasn't overpowered or underpowered. But the WEEVIL in this game is quite underpowered in my opinion. So ever since the buff, it did become a lot better. But for first, I'm going to talk about the perks where you want to be running. I'm playing team deathmatch at the moment, so run flak jacket. You don't know what's going to be around any corner. There's a lot of trip mines, shock charges. Even shock charges don't actually help against flak jacket, but when there's a shock charge and a trip mine, you're going to be stuck. C4s, round grenades, anything like that. I've always used flak jacket. It is a quite underrated perk as well, in my opinion. But it is a great perk. You will definitely survive any explosive damage. And quick draw, when you run with an SMG, you want to make sure you get your gun up quick enough after sprinting, because you will be doing a lot of sprinting since you will be running around a lot, because it is an SMG and you want to be light on your feet and get in people's faces and causing situations for people. So quick draw definitely a perk I'd use for the class. And for the third and fourth, not the fourth, I want to be using two third perks, which is dead silence. Just because if anyone's got a headset or they're using awareness, they're just going to hear you coming. Even though it is team deathmatch and it is a bit more chaotic than any other slow game types such as Search, people still will hear. Even with my headset, I can still hear people coming, even in team deathmatch if they're not having dead silence on. And Blast Suppressor is probably the most important perk in the game. It just keeps you off the radar at all times. When using SMG and running around, you will be thrusting and jumping around a lot. So keeping off the radar, flanking people will be very important to make sure people don't see you coming up from behind them. And I'm using the Spectre Specialist. If you ever get in a bad situation, it is great if you've got the Specialist loaded up, because when you do have it loaded up and there's enemies around you, it's so quick to drop enemies with the Spectre Specialist. You'll realise how quick, if you're in a bad situation, there's 3-4 enemies around you, you will be able to drop them easy with the Spectre Specialist. And I'm using a stun, as you see in the gameplay. I'm using stuns quite a lot, just so I know where people are, if they're in this room or around the corner. I know by stun around the corner, I know that they'll be there. And for attachments, I will be using fast mags. Fast mags is probably really useful attachments to me anyways, especially on this gun. I mean, even though the round is so big, fast mags, if you're in a 1v1 gun battle and you're both running out of ammo, getting the reload off quicker than anybody else will guarantee the kill. And grip, if you're going for a long shot or anyone is far away, grip will just reduce the recoil and the kick off the gun, and it'll be easier to pick the other enemy off. I'd highly recommend using grip. Even up close, grip's a great attachment if you're up close, because you want all your bullets to be hitting. You don't want the recoil on the WEEVIL to be kicking up, because it does kick up a bit with the recoil. And especially you want to be using that because the rapid fire on the third attachment. You want the rapid fire because the fire rate isn't as quick as any of the other SMGs, so using rapid fire will increase the fire rate a lot quicker. And if you're in people's faces or you're coming up behind a group of people, especially with the rapid fire, you will get the first shot off. And with the size of the clip, with it being 50 round, with being 50 bullets in the clip, rapid fire will shoot down a lot quicker than normal. So rapid fire and 50 bullets is deadly on an SMG. And when using the gun, don't be afraid to be up against anyone with any other gun or challenging something, because even though the recoil isn't the best and there's a lot of better guns in the game, it is great for when you're up in people's faces. And when you do come up against a group of people, even you don't need any secondary weapon, because you've got so much bullets in the clip to make sure you get the kill the first time round. So you won't ever need to switch to a secondary unless you get very unfortunate. But anyways, if you did enjoy the video, please make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you will. I know this is quite a late setup class and probably a lot of YouTubers have did this, but I think it would really help out if you tried this class out, because the WEEVIL is by far one of my favourite SMGs in the game from now on, ever since I found about this class. So if you did enjoy, please make sure you leave